It was a particularly egregious case that came to light mid last year and into August last year of this doctor who was the deputy head of a maternity ward of a hospital in central China. She basically lied to mothers of newborns right after they gave birth, saying that these children, these newborns had some kind of congenital issue, including, say, herpes and syphilis. She then took the children away from the unsuspecting mothers and sold them to a trafficking ring that wasn't just based in Shanxi province, but across China in several provinces, both in this part of the country and to the west of where the doctor was based. Of course, this caused a firestorm of scandal here in China. We spoke to several of the parents who were caught up in the scandal at the time. You saw those dramatic scenes of the mothers and fathers being reunited with those young children after having thought that they had that they had died at birth. So certainly this is a moment that those families will be pleased with. This doctor was given the suspended death sentence. 9 others were also arrested at the time. In China, as you say, this often means life in prison. Possibly she avoided the death sentence because she admitted to her crimes and gave evidence to the state. John?
David, just looking at the Global Times website, which is state-controlled media there in China, it's one of the sort of more tabloid publications, if you like. The headline, "Doctor severely punished for baby trafficking." So clearly, if state media is to be believed, the authorities there want to send a message that they are doing something about this. So is this sentence, in this one case, likely to send that message out there?
I think it will send a message, certainly to some people. The state has really tried to say here in China that they're pushing against trafficking. At times, the facts don't necessarily mesh with that. Trafficking in all forms is a huge problem in China, John. In fact, China was downgraded in the U.S. State Department's trafficking of persons report last year, saying that the government here hadn't done enough to meet the minimum requirements to end the issue of trafficking. China is both a source and a destination for international trafficking, and with social policies like the one-child policy, there is that pressure sometimes on families to make these terrible decisions. Those newborns were sold for around $3,000, according to court documents, to traffickers, and then sold for about double that amount onto parents across China who wanted those kids.
And David, finally, is it known just how many kids were stolen from their parents, and how many have been recovered?
Well, about 7, well, at least exactly 7 were cited in this case of the prosecution of this doctor. 7 instances, 6 trafficking, because in one case, at least, she trafficked twins to human traffickers. When we went to that village in August last year, dozens of parents appeared to say that they suspected this doctor of trafficking their children. Of course, there's that unknown quality of people in that area who can't trust whether their children really had some issue or the doctor trafficked their children. 7 in this case. But this doctor was well known in that community, and that's one of the reasons parents told me that they believed her story, which was sometimes very implausible, but yet they trusted her to be giving them the right advice. But obviously very tragic consequences for many of these families.